Verbs and tenses. Let us learn the verbs and tenses. We use a verb to express an action or a state of being. Verbs are of two types. They are transitive verbs, intransitive verbs. Let us know the difference between transitive and intransitive verbs. We call a verb which needs a direct object to complete the sentence as a transitive verb. For example, he bought a cake. We call a verb which does not need an object to make its meaning clear as an intransitive verb. For example, he loved. Let us learn the action verbs and linking verbs. The action verbs, we call an action verb that is used for an action which has happened or is still taking place at the time of speaking or is done habitually. Linking verbs. We call a linking verb which links the subject to the complement which states something about the subject. For example, be, am, is, are, was, were. Let us know the difference between regular and irregular verbs. We have classified verbs into regular and irregular verbs. The past tense and past participle of regular verbs end in D or ED. Present tense, touch. Past tense, touched. Past participle, touched. The past tense and past participle of irregular verbs do not end in D or ED. Present tense, carry. Past tense, carried. Past participle, carried. Let us learn the tenses. We find tenses are forms of a verb that show the time, continuance or completion of an action. Let us learn the usage of simple present tense. We use the simple present tense to show a fact or something that is always true. For example, the heart pumps blood through the body. To indicate daily routines or something done regularly or habitually. For example, I never work on weekends. To indicate an action that is planned to happen in the future. For example, the train departs at 7 o'clock. Let us learn the usage of present continuous tense. We use the present continuous tense to show we are in the middle of an activity that is in progress at this moment. For example, I am reading. To indicate an action that is still going on about this time but not necessary at the time of speaking. For example, Jack is teaching at a boys' school. To talk about an action that has been planned or arranged to take place at a particular time in the future. For example, we are performing magic tricks on stage next month. Let us learn the usage of present perfect tense. We use the present perfect tense to indicate an action that happened in the past. For example, I have written a book. To indicate an action or situation that began in the past and continues to the present. For example, he has been in China since 2000. Let us learn the usage of present perfect continuous tense. We use the present perfect continuous tense to indicate an action that began in the past and has been continuing up to now. For example, I have been talking to mother. To indicate an action that began and just finished in the past. For example, I have been repairing the car. Let us learn the usage of simple past tense. We use the simple past tense to describe an action that occurred in the past or at a specified time, or the time is easily understood. For example, we finished our final exam an hour ago. To indicate an action that began and ended in the past. For example, Alexander Bell invented the telephone in 1876. To indicate an action which was done repeatedly, habitually or at regular times in the past. For example, we saw the movie Titanic several times. To indicate a state in the past. For example, I felt very tired after playing tennis. Let us learn the usage of past continuous tense. We use the past continuous tense to indicate an action that was taking place in the past when a shorter action happened. For example, I was camping when I got stung by a bee. For to describe two actions that were going on at the same time in the past. For example, while my brother was laughing, my sister was crying. To indicate an action that was happening and not yet finished at a particular time or throughout a period of time in the past. For example, Grandma was knitting a sock at 11 o'clock last night. Let us learn the usage of past perfect tense. We use the past perfect tense to show an action happened in the past before another event took place. For example, they had already finished their dinner when I arrived to join them. To indicate an action which happened before a definite time in the past. For example, they had finished their prayers by 10 o'clock. Let us learn the usage of past perfect continuous tense. We use the past perfect continuous tense to indicate an action that occurred over a period of time in the past. For example, he had been playing piano in a band. To indicate an action which started and finished in the past before another past action. For example, he had been looking for a job since last year. Let us learn the usage of simple future tense. We use the simple future tense to indicate an action or to say something that we are certain and will occur in the future. For example, a meeting will be held next Monday at 2 p.m. To indicate something that we are not certain and will not occur in. For example, I think he will phone me later. To make a prediction. For example, the rain will stop soon. To state a fact. For example, oil will float on water. Let us learn the usage of future continuous tense. We use the future continuous tense to indicate an action that lasts a period of time in the future. For example, his father will be working the whole day tomorrow. To indicate an action that has been planned. For example, they will be going on vacation this summer. To express an action that will be in progress at a certain or specified time in the future. For example, we will be sleeping by the time you return. Let us learn the usage of future perfect tense. We use the future perfect tense to show that an activity will be completed by a specified time in the future. For example, I will have saved about 1 million rupees by the year 2090. To show that an action will be completed before another takes place in the future. For example, the fire will have burnt the building to the ground by the time the firemen arrive. Let us know the auxiliary verbs. We know that auxiliary verbs are also called helping verbs. They consist of primary auxiliaries be, have, do, and modal auxiliaries can, could, will, might, must, etc.